In the old town of Umuweze, where red earth met the boundary of the great forest, lived a man named Okafor, known far and wide as Okafor the Honest. His name carried weight. If Okafor said yes, it was stronger than the signatures of 10 men. If he said no, not even a chief could convince him otherwise. People trusted him deeply. They could hand him their goats, their farm tools, even their savings, and sleep peacefully at night. But trust, though valuable, did not feed a family. Okafor's farm was small, and each year his harvest grew weaker. His yam fields produced more leaves than tubers. His cassava dried before it was ready. His children, Nena, Obina, and little Uzo, often slept hungry. His wife Adieze tried to smile, but worry carved lines in her face. Still, Okafor repeated the same sentence. One day, honesty will pay. But the day never came. One blazing afternoon, after another fruitless market trip where he sold nothing, Okafor sat by the roadside in frustration. That was when he saw a stranger, a quiet-looking man sitting under the pawpaw tree. His clothes were simple, but his eyes were sharp, like someone who saw things others could not. "You look troubled," the stranger said. Okafor sighed. "Trouble lives in my house. I am Okafor. Honesty has given me a good name, but names don't cook soup." The stranger nodded slowly. "I know who you are. Everyone knows Okafor the Honest. Tell me, what if honesty could finally pay you back?" Okafor laughed bitterly. "That would be a miracle." The stranger leaned closer. "Miracles are expensive, but knowledge is cheaper. I can teach you how to sell shadows." Okafor blinked. "Sell shadows? Who buys shadows?" The stranger's eyes glimmered. "Everyone. They just don't know it yet." That night, when the moon was high, the stranger visited Okafor's compound. He drew a strange circle in the dust, muttered words that made the night air tighten, then lifted his lantern. The light fell on the wall, casting shadows of Okafor, Adieze, their children, the stranger, all trembling in the flickering glow. "Every human," the stranger said, "has a shadow tied to their spirit. But people value what they see more than what they carry. If you learn to bottle someone's shadow, you can sell it back to them, or even sell it to someone else." Before Okafor could speak, the stranger dropped a clay pot on the ground. The shadow of the pot lifted like smoke, curled, and sank inside the pot. The pot cast no shadow. Okafor stepped back. "This is powerful." "It is," the stranger said, "and dangerous. You will be the first shadow merchant. But remember, be truthful in life, not in business." Then, like a candle in the wind, the stranger was gone. At dawn, Okafor tested it. He called his neighbor Chidibere to help him move firewood. While Chidibere bent over the wood, Okafor quietly placed the pot near his feet. The pot inhaled the shadow, silent, invisible, instant. That evening, Chidibere came running. "My body feels hollow. I cannot sleep. I feel as if a part of me is wandering in the forest." Okafor stroked his beard, pretending to think. Your spirit has detached. I know a way to restore it, but it will cost you." Chidibere accepted immediately. Okafor brought out the pot, shook it lightly, and released the shadow. It snapped back onto Chidibere's body like a bird returning to its nest. The man paid Okafor a large sum. And that was the beginning. Soon, people came from all directions, Ndiagu, Umuori, Oba, Ozala, searching for Okafor the miracle healer. Some came with real problems. Some came with imaginary ones. Some came simply because others said he was gifted. Each time Okafor sold them their own shadows. Money flowed like water. His house became full of gifts, yams, cloth, pine wine. Ariese's wrapper changed from faded blue to bright patterns. His children began eating well, and the village celebrated him. Okafor has finally been rewarded for his honesty, they said. But Okafor felt the opposite. The more he collected shadows, the more uneasy he became. Sometimes, at night, the shadows in his compound moved on their own. They crawled along walls. They whispered. They gathered near the clay pot like hungry animals. Ariadne noticed the change. "Okafor, something is wrong," she told him one evening. "Your eyes are not the eyes of the man I married." "I am doing what must be done for this family," he replied. But Ariadne shook her head. "When a man grows faster than a tree, he is walking with spirits."
My name is Delight. If you want me to continue with this story, kindly like, subscribe, and comment continue on this video. Thanks.